would you please tell me your name and your organisation?
Hi, I'm Fiona Cooper and I run a Facebook group called Brighton Crypto Women, and we meet monthly. We're pretty new, we've met once so far, so I disappeared off to New Zealand, so we didn't actually meet in January, but we are new. I've created the space because I have seen in the crypto space a lot of very difficult treatment of people who ask basic questions, and so I wanted to create a space for women where it was okay to ask the dumb questions about security and about all the other kinds of things that people are asking questions about without being slammed and told you're an idiot. So that's why I created Brighton Crypto Women, separate from anything else, and I'm also in a number of groups online for women, and some that are across the board, but I tend to hang out more in the ones that are for women because we're kinder to each other and we don't need Lamborghinis.
Okay, so it's not for the super rich, we're for ordinary women.
Yeah.
From Brighton, from around the UK?
Yeah, from Brighton. So we're meeting up in Brighton once a month.
That sounds good. So it's a place where women from Brighton can ask questions about cryptocurrency, about blockchain. If these women are asking questions, who's got the knowledge? Who's informing them?
So mostly me at the moment. I've got a background in IT. I've been in the crypto space for quite a few years, off and on, faffing around, not necessarily jumping in and buying, but I've been watching it since about 2011 or so, and I know a fair bit about it. I don't know everything about it. I have a mentor myself, so if I can't answer questions, then she usually can.
Have you seen many groups for women in the crypto space?
There are a few, yeah. There's some. The Crypto Coin Trader, which is one of the biggest groups online, has a women's group, which set up pretty much for the same reasons as I did. So yeah, there are quite a few. Once you join one, you'll be offered a whole load by Facebook.
Is the crypto space somewhere where women are represented the same proportions as men?
No. No. I've just been upstairs at the crypto show, and I was thinking I must take a photo of this. There was an audience and I could hardly find a woman in it, with the tagline, you know, this is one place where you won't find a queue for the ladies, because it really is. I would say I think the statistics suggest that there are about 7% women in the space in total. There are some amazing women who are pioneering different blockchain solutions, though. There are some really incredible women doing amazing things at the top of blockchain, which is really fascinating to me. So there's a woman called Monica Profit who runs something called Rise Housing, which is about enabling small investors to get a piece of the real estate pie. And there are quite a few on Crypto Coin Trader Women's Group who are amazing and really know their stuff. They've come from trading backgrounds, they've come from IT backgrounds, and everything in between.
So your group is based in Brighton, and it's aiming to make crypto knowledge more accessible for women. Do you have plans to take the group wider, further?
Not at the moment. I've got plenty on my plate, investing in crypto, coaching people, and running that. I also do a lot of improvised comedy, so that's my main focus. I don't intend to make it into a business or anything like it. I don't think that's not where I'm headed with it. I'm just interested in creating a group that, one of the reasons that I wanted to do it was for support for me, you know, because it's nice to talk to other people. When I talk about crypto socially, I do tend to pick people up who become interested or who are interested, and showing them that there's a space where they can come and talk about it is great, and that's all I wanted from it, really.
You talk about areas of crypto you've got your eye on for investments. Would you share those with us?
So I'm particularly interested in the crypto for social good space. So cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was started up as a direct reaction to the 2008 crash, and a reaction to the fact that so much of the way we transact is controlled by central bodies, and so much can be done to disseminate control via the blockchain, and that's where its main potential for me lies. So in terms of money, fine, we're getting there with some of the currencies that are out there, but my main focus in terms of what I'm looking for is organisations that provide the opportunity to disseminate control. So things like distributed democracy fascinates me. I have no idea how it will be done, and I haven't seen a coin yet that has answered that particularly well. But if anyone, there's something called Sovereign, I think, out there, which looks quite interesting, which I'm looking at. Anything which disrupts the way in which Facebook has control of both advertising and of our data is really interesting to me. So there are a few out there. Steam is attempting to enter that space. It's really clunky at the moment. I'm on it, but I haven't posted on it yet because I'm just trying to work out A, if it's worth it because there's an awful lot of trash on there, and B, what I want to talk about. But there are a few in that space. There's a few in real estate and housing, which I think could be really interesting. I mentioned Rise Housing, which one of the things that I think that could do would be enable small investors to take control of big buildings in centres of cities that are being undermined by oligarchs coming in and buying them and leaving them empty. So we've got massive problems in London, as I'm sure you're aware, and the same applies around the world. I've just come back from Auckland, which has exactly the same problem, Chinese people buying up huge blocks and leaving them completely empty. So if we can distribute ownership of those kind of buildings to lots of people who have an interest in earning from it, who aren't so rich that it doesn't matter, then we get them rented out, we bring the price of rentals down, and we do all sorts of things like that. And the other area that I'm really, really interested in is renewable energy. So anything that's in that space is interesting to me. I think there's a real potential there to do amazing things. One of the companies upstairs, which I can't remember the name of, I wish I could, I'll put it in the comments below, but the company that I was talking to is talking about being able to distribute renewable energy to people. It's not about harvesting energy and then distributing it within a network. And that's where a lot of those coins, I think, are falling down at the moment because the network isn't big enough to sustain a really big investment. So there are lots of things that are happening in that space as well, which are very interesting. If anyone comes up with something that's investing in algae, I'll be there, because that is massive in renewables.
So blockchain networks have the power to redistribute who has a say, who has political control, who has financial control, and make society more democratic.
Mm-hmm. That's the hope. That's the hope. I mean, when I started digging into this in my own head, the idea of distributed democracy, I think, is fascinating. How do you decide what questions you ask people? If everybody has a vote on everything, how do you decide what questions you ask? You still have a lot of quagmire to get through. But, sitting in the UK at the beginning of 2018, we know that democracy has significant problems.